Hi, and welcome to another video tutorial. In this video tutorial I'm going to be giving you a basic introduction into data compression and why we might use data compression and the two main categories of compression algorithms, so types of compression that we might use. So let's first look at what compression is. So compression is the process of modifying how data is represented so that fewer bits are used to store it. So in modifying how the data is represented so that fewer bits are used to store it. And why might we want to do this? Well, for example, you might want to use it to save space on your hard drive. So you might be looking to save space on a storage device. The other main reason you might use compression is to increase the speed of transferring data over the internet. And it's important to clarify this because if we're just compressing some data, that's not going to actually increase the amount of data you can send over the internet per second. What that's going to do is decrease the total amount of data that you're going to have to send. So it means that the overall transfer of a particular file is going to take less time to complete. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look at the types of compression algorithm that we might use. And the two main types are lossless compression algorithms and lossy compression algorithms. So let's first take a look at lossy compression. So with lossy compression, lossy compression describes all the methods of compressing data where detail from the original data is lost during the compression process. It works well for images and video where a lower viewing quality is an acceptable trade-off for a smaller file size. So for example then, if someone takes a image with or a photo with their camera, it might be captured at a very high resolution, but it might not actually be necessary for the consumer of that image to see the image in that higher resolution. So it may be compressed using lossy compression and sent over the internet to the consumer of the image, and that will reduce the total amount of time it takes for the consumer to download that image. So lossy compression then, data is lost during compression, and it works well for video and images where data loss is an acceptable trade-off for a smaller file. And it should be noted that lossy compression can generally achieve greater rates of compression than lossless compression because we're losing data during the compression. So let's take a look at lossless compression then. So lossless compression, in contrast to lossy compression, allows a reduction in file size without a reduction in quality of the file. Works well for text because if we use lossy compression on text, we would lose characters in our text, and then we wouldn't be able to read the text. Whereas if we use lossless compression on our text, we can reduce the size of a text file and still be able to read the text. It also works well for video and images where a reduction in quality of the file is not acceptable. So just in summary then, lossless compression is able to reduce the size of a file without data loss, and lossy compression is able to reduce the size of a file more but data is lost. So the trade-off is one of deciding whether to use lossy compression or lossless compression, whether a reduction in the quality of the file is acceptable or not. If it is, then you can use lossy compression to reduce the size of the file more than lossless compression. And if a reduction in quality is not acceptable, then you can go for lossless compression, and you can still reduce the size of the file, but generally not as much as lossy compression. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this introduction to compression. Thanks for watching.